Good morning, America. I'm Sarah Segrand, here with Kat Albers, and it's May 15th, 1955. We have all the news on the North Atlantic Treaty Organization and the Warsaw Pact. Now to Kat for all the details.
Good morning, and thank you, Sarah. Signed on April 14, 1954, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization promised the nations a 50-year defense alliance. Made to resist Soviet aggression and communism, the NATO aligned the United States, the United Kingdom, Portugal, Norway, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, Italy, Iceland, France, Denmark, Canada, and Belgium against the USSR.
Don't forget, NATO is open to any country willing to conform to their rules and articles. And their essential purpose is to safeguard the freedom and security of its nations. The NATO wants to prolong the peaceful era and try to resolve all conflicts in a peaceful manner before resulting into war. Through Article 5, an attack against one nation is an attack against all nations.
In 1952, Greece was accepted into the NATO, and May this year, West Germany was also accepted into the treaty. With Germany now in NATO, the Soviets needed to counterbalance the treaty with its own. The USSR needed more countries allied with them to be able to fight NATO and the United States in the time of the Cold War. With their new treaty underway, the USSR had more power over the smaller countries and controlled their military and their communist views.
On May 14th, the Soviets, Romania, Poland, Hungary, Bulgaria, Albania, Czechoslovakia, and East Germany signed the Treaty of Friendship, Cooperation, and Mutual Assistance, better known as the Warsaw Pact. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, it bound all the countries into a military alliance, promising to help each other in times of trouble and war. The treaty gave total equality to each nation, no matter the size. The pact was made to counter NATO, which Stalin saw as an act war and posed threats against East Europe.
Don't forget, formed in 1949 to counter the threat of post-war communist expansion as the Soviet Union sought to extend its influence in Europe, NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, is the world's most powerful regional defense alliance. NATO was set up in the post-World War II atmosphere of anxiety, largely to block Soviet expansion into Europe.
Even though the Soviets and Americans are enemies, how did they stay at peace through this tension-filled time? Well, that's easy. America responded by increasing the number of NATO troops in Germany. The Soviets took control of East Germany, and both of the leaders didn't want to go into another war right after getting out of World War II.
To sum it up, the NATO was an alliance of various states with the purpose to defend each other in case that a member state is under attack by another nation or organization. Originally, it was directed against the Soviet Union. After World War II, the U.S. and the USSR occupied much of Europe. This left Eastern and Western Europe divided by style of government. Eastern was communist and Western was not.
And, in Warsaw, Poland, signed the Mutual Treaty of Friendship, Cooperation, and Mutual Assistance, officially designated the Pact of Mutual Assistance and Unified Command, and more popularly known as the Warsaw Pact, as I said previously. The alliance was to act as a Soviet counterbalance to NATO in East-West peacekeeping, a method to legitimize the Soviet presence in Eastern Europe countries, where treaties with the Soviets had already been established, an apparatus to convey the USSR defense and foreign policy commands to its Eastern European allies. Thanks for watching.